Hello, everyone, and welcome to another evening of personal empowerment before we end 2025 and start 2026. If you're just joining, I'm Sam, and I'm all about helping you become your best self, whether it be through my readings or these fun little sessions where I give you little tips, both mundane and magic, to grow and level up, if you will, because I look at life as a giant video game, if I'll be perfectly honest. And if you're a returnee, I appreciate you. Welcome back. Tonight we are actually going to be looking at a couple of different things to help us remember our light and return to ourselves. So if you've been feeling, let's just say, a lot of end-year fatigue, being emotionally drained from being pulled every which direction, looking at all of those fun family get-togethers that sometimes, while enjoyable, are way more stress just preparing for than what, let's be honest, what they're really worth. And just giving your energy every which way to Sunday and back again. This is exactly for you guys, because your light doesn't just disappear. It just wanders about a little bit until you call it back, until you bring all that light and energy back so that you can recharge and be ready for all the crazy. So without any further ado, this is a great time to pause so that you can get a couple of quick things. I definitely recommend that this can be done without, but we're going to grab my handy dandy dish o candle because, I don't always keep the proper candle holders on hand, so I just kind of melt the bottom a little bit and stick it to a plate because wax does come off. Definitely try and find a quiet space to do this in because, you're going to need to do some focusing here. So while I love children as much as the next guy, I've got my own. Get them busy either with a book or a snack because this won't take long. And if you would like to kind of keep track of your progress with this, definitely by all means grab your meditation journal. You might want to grab it for this so that you can kind of keep track of your own personal progress. So you're probably going, okay, so why do I need this white candle real quick? The nice thing is that it gives you a focus point for one, but it's also a physical reminder of your own personal light that you're trying to call back. And it's just going to reflect what you already have inside of you that you're just trying to recharge. And the nice thing is that candles are gentle, much like the energy that we're trying to bring back to us. No forcing anything, no fixing anything. Just a nice, gentle calling back of all of your energy that you've been pushing everywhere so that you yourself can recharge and rebalance. So, you can definitely do this either out loud with me or in silence, whichever works best for you. And let's light this candle real quick. And as I recommend with any meditation, do a few deep breaths. I always recommend count of 5 in, count of 7 out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And you can do that as many times as you need to help your brain calm down so you can focus enough to be able to do what you need to do. Now, as you're looking at your flame, I want you to think about a moment where you gave so much of yourself that you were feeling drained afterward, okay? And every place that you left a little piece of yourself, and every version of you that had to learn how to survive in essentially a run mode, like unfortunately we are kind of stuck with. Now, for my own self, that is taking care of my family in between trying to DoorDash, getting them to their appointments, trying to help my boyfriend with his mental issues, trying to keep the boat, as I like to call my household, floating as long as I possibly can while dealing with everything that is always going on and being there for my friends, being there for you guys. I am everywhere. And you probably are too. Now, let's turn that energy around. Focus on your candle and imagine all of that light returning back to you. Not in a great rush, but just a nice little flow back, almost like a nice spring stream. Now, nice, slow, deep breaths. And as you inhale, say, I call my light home. As you exhale, I am safe to hold it. I call my light home. I am safe to hold it. And you can repeat that as many times as you need to. Now, because I'm a firm believer that breath is just as sacred as anything else, we're going to blow the candle out real quick. See? Nice, easy ritual, right? Now, for those of you that are like my own good self and kind of lean towards the witchy side, I also came up with another one. Let me get my notes up here real quick. For Lady Persephone. Now, personally, I don't work directly with her. I actually work with her husband, Hades. But Persephone is also an excellent story for the winter season whenever we're having the winter doldrums and just trying to push through all of the darkness of the season. Because while we do see all the lights, we are happy to see our families. Unfortunately, winter does occasionally give us a bit of the doldrums. It's just an unfortunate fact. Now, Persephone wasn't a goddess of weakness. Prior to her union with Hades, she was a goddess of spring, and spring is gentle but strong because it is pushing back an entire season out of the way so that new life can come back and grow. And it's very similar to what she was doing during her time in the underworld. Now, there is a little bit of controversy about that, how Hades theoretically abducted her. We can get all that later, but personally, real quick, I believe that she went willingly because she saw that the underworld needed new life in it. It needed brightness. But again, either way, regardless how she got to the underworld, she was still pushing through a dark atmosphere after being in so much light, much like how we are throughout the entire year. In the entire year, from spring going into fall, we are looking at all sorts of outdoors activities we can do, all sorts of fun. When winter rolls around, yeah, we can go outside, but typically we're stuck inside and we feel almost trapped in essentially a state of darkness because of the shorter days until the light starts to return after solstice. And Persephone is a goddess that moves between worlds. She doesn't stay in one spot, and neither should we. She does move in between the underworld and our world because she has jobs in both. Much like you. You have jobs everywhere else, but you also have a job to yourself and inside yourself to ensure that you continue. The darkness didn't erase any of her job as a goddess of spring. If anything, I think her time in the underworld actually helped her better understand her role, and especially being queen of the underworld. Because she was able to see that even in the darkness of death, there can still be life. So she is a perfect one for this season. And if you would like to join this quick affirmation, please by all means, because Lady Persephone is definitely one of those goddesses that, while I don't work with her, heavily respect her. Not just because she is one of my deities' wives. But, again, get in your mindset here. And you know what? Just because we can, we're going to light that candle back up, because I do believe that, she is definitely more than appropriate for having a candle. Because, let's face it, she may be a queen of the underworld, but she is all the light. Much like this candle here. But when you get to a good spot and you're breathing and getting yourself back in that calm mind space, feel free to write this down or say it with me if you already know the chant, because I have shared it with a few. But like Persephone, I can walk through the dark and still be whole. What I endured did not steal my light. I reclaim every piece of myself that learned to survive. My light knows the way home. And one more time. Like Persephone, I can walk through the dark and still be whole. I endured and did not lose my light. I reclaim every piece of myself that learned to survive. My light knows the way home. Lady Persephone, please accept this light as an offering to you and a thank you for all of your lessons. Now, for either of those affirmations, you can leave the candle burning as long as you need it to feel yourself recharge or to still commune with Lady Persephone. Because you won't always feel different immediately. It's unfortunately nothing, including personal growth, is ever done in a day. As awesome as that would be. But much like any other sort of growth, the roots need to break out of the seed and deepen before a flower can sprout and bloom. So, anytime that you need to do that over this winter, please grab 5 minutes and do it. And if you need to do it and you don't have a candle nearby, there's absolutely nothing keeping you from building that lit candle in your head. Because the light's inside you. The candle's just a little bit of a helper. Now, I definitely recommend with any affirmation ritual like that one, drink some water. Because even as we're growing and working with ourselves, we still need to hydrate and nutrition to actually have the energy to put that energy towards recharging ourselves and moving forward. But real quick, before we go, if this helps you out at all, I would definitely recommend joining my Patreon, because you get early access to these videos up to 8 hours early. And I also do offer a few personal weekly and monthly readings depending on the tier that you grab at honestly would be a huge savings to you, and your support helps me be able to continue this channel. So if you're able to, thank you. The link is in the description below. And until next time, protect your light. It's learned a lot, and it's what's going to help you guide you towards your best self, whatever that path may look like. It will never be a straight line, but the end is definitely worth it. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see all of you tomorrow.